Welcome, Carola Hochst here with Sisters of Greatness, empowering you to recognize your greatness with the three superpowers of meditation, self-love, and intuition, so you can create a fulfilled life for yourself. In this video, let's look at why you should trust your intuition. I will share with you my most dramatic life events regarding this inner guidance that we all have. By the way, I'm using the terms intuition and inner guidance interchangeably. Usually we experience intuition as a clear knowing of something without reason, like the phone rings and you know who it is, or you want to make a critical decision and an image pops up in your mind that says dangerous. When I grew up, intuition was not a popular subject. My teachers told me that it was too irrational, too much on the feminine side of life, and therefore intuition couldn't be trusted. The thing was that I could always sense this inner guidance, something pointing me in the right direction. I understand intuition as the genius of our divine essence, an intelligence that guides us from a bird's-eye perspective. As humans, we are an expression of divine nature, and our divine essence is one with the source of existence. This divine nature or essence always points us in the direction of our wholeness. That means intuition is our inner wholeness navigation, which guides us towards awakening and knowing our oneness with all of life. In other words, we could say intuition is the divine perspective and the divine knowing of our hearts. And just to make a point, it is entirely different from our conditioned mind, from the perspective of our conditioned mind. So let me share with you a couple of life and death situations that may help the understanding why we should trust our intuition. I can truly say that I'm only alive because my parents trusted their intuition in crucial moments during my childhood. When I was about 4 years old, I fell into a creek, running after my ball, and drowned. My mother was about 200 meters away, and she received the powerful impulse to start running. She only found me because my ball was floating on top of the water while I was lying motionless on the bottom of the creek. She picked me up and ran to her neighbor, which shook the water out of my lungs. For me, that turned into a near-death experience, but let's save the topic for another talk. Yes, on another occasion, my father saw a truck driver driving on the wrong side of the street in a dream. When the situation occurred in real life the next day, he was able to react extremely fast and we all survived. The third example happened in my 40s. I had a flash of insight out of nowhere, seeing myself dead with my head split open in a car. Since I had never had this kind of experience before, I intuitively booked an appointment with my shamanic counselor, being sure that she could help me understand what I saw. I met her 2 days before visiting my parents in Germany, stopping in Paris. To have some extra fun on this trip, I bought a red lace dress and red boots. When I entered the room to greet my shamanic counselor, she was out of breath, telling me that she would have called me anyway because she had had a dream with me the night before. She saw me dead in a car accident in Paris, wearing a lacy red dress and red boots. Okay, I canceled the trip and my parents understood. I was awestruck at how divine guidance or intuition worked engaging other people to keep me alive. It was also noteworthy because my mind could not doubt it, simply because my shamanic counselor saw in detail what I was going to wear, which she couldn't have known by any stretch of the imagination. So these are the three most intense experiences of how intuition worked in my life. There are much more fun ones, like my inner guidance, giving me valuable ideas or making me show up at the right time, at the right place many times, buying a house just before the market went up, and bringing many insights that enrich my life. You can see now why I value intuition so highly, because I would not even be alive if my parents or I had not paid attention to our inner guidance. That's why my recommendation is vibrantly clear. Trust your intuition, trust your inner guidance, trust your inner knowing. Looking back, the most significant mistakes I made came from not paying attention to my intuition. And that seems to be true for many, if not all of us. Without following your intuition, life can be more challenging and problematic. Intuition is a grand gift from our divine nature, so we may as well use it and create more freedom and joy for ourselves and others. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel and feel free to share some of your experiences with intuition down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. With love and delight, and see you soon.